Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Dayshi and Zanster on Central Protocol. This is from the Home Story Cup that wrapped up about 2.5 weeks ago, and I'm really excited to bring you this match because it's a ZVT on Central Protocol. We don't see this map very often, so I'm really interested to see how each player takes advantage of the features. In the bottom left of Central Protocol, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Zanster, representing the nation of Sweden and Team Property. And in the top right of Central Protocol, we have the red Terran player hailing from France and Team Millennium. It is Dayshi. I think I erroneously stated that Dayshi was from Poland in the previous cast where I featured him. I apologize profusely. He is French, and a very proud Frenchman at that, I have to assume. I've actually never met a Frenchman who is ashamed of his country, so I'm sure they exist. But for whatever reason, there is a very high level of patriotism in that nation from what I've experienced, and which is a good thing. It can be also a little bit bad, but most of the time it can be very positive. There goes that first hatch coming out from Zanster. Dayshi, meanwhile, is throwing down a supply depot here, and then he's command center firsting it. Whoa! All right, this is a really hard thing to wall off here. This base is wholly exposed to Zanster. If Zanster gets some lings up here, if he does any scouting at all, sees what's going on, he should be able to get 4 lings out and possibly force a cancel. But looks like he is instead waiting on that spawning pool until now. 1 minute 21 second mark. It doesn't seem that long, but in Legacy of the Void, that is an eternity for your spawning pool. So there goes the gas. He's going to have speed available for his lings almost immediately upon completion of that pool. But what that means is the lings are a little bit late. He's not scouting at all. He's sending an overlord out this way, not going to see where the opponent is. Sending one up north, not going to see where the opponent is. Unfortunately for Zanster, Dayshi spawned in cross positions, which means he's not going to see what's going on here, probably until Dayshi is ready for it. So, a bit of an unfortunate occurrence there for Dayshi, or for Zanster, rather. Meanwhile, Dayshi is working on, is this a 3 racks opening? It is, 3 racks opening. This is the second time we've seen a 3 racks Reaper opening on this map. What? Marine? In the last week or so, I was going to say. What happening? I know Firecake dealt with one. Was it Top that played against Firecake and did this and really did perform very well with that opening? Anyway, SCV scouting on out. Going to see where his opponent Zerg player is because he hasn't scouted yet either. Not really. And what? 3 racks Marine opening. I don't know what this is. I mean, I guess what it does is it allows you to play more of a defensive style. You have this wall off here. If some lings do show up, you kind of lift up the command center, bring it back here, and then the Marines are defending. A bunker might also be nice. Throwing down a bunker right about here to defend this mineral line with Marines would also be good against lings in this early stages of the game, but Dayshi's not doing any of that stuff, so we'll keep an eye on that. The SCV for Dayshi, meanwhile, gets on in, sees where Zanster's base is. Queen shoos it away. Doesn't want any more scouting information than the location of his base to go to the Terran player. Speed is definitely up from the Zergy blue guy here, and a Marine just making sure there's an overlord coming this way. He will try to kill it. Zanster is throwing down a 3rd hatchery, and both players just kind of mining, getting some upgrades. Combat shield on the way, continuing to make Marines. Is this like an SCV Marine all-in from Dayshi? I haven't seen one of these since Heart of the Swarm. I mean, it very well could be. This Marine count continues to grow. Maybe he's just using Marines as kind of a wall, a makeshift wall at this area, making sure that no lings can get through, but killing one hold position ling. He was just doing his job, man. He was just holding position like he was told to, and ended up getting splatted onto the ground. Not really getting any information at all. This ling holding the Zelnaga watchtower. Can he win in a battle against this Marine? No, he decides to run away instead. And Dayshi is now the rightful owner of this Zelnaga watchtower. So at this point, Dayshi has put on 0 pressure for Zanster. Zanster has made a couple lings here. How many does he have out? 5? That's all he's really had to make. Getting a Roach Horn, getting a lair, getting that 3rd hatch up, really completely unmolested by Dayshi. But here comes Dayshi with a bit of a Marine push out. And I'm not sure how effective this is going to be. I think Roaches will be out in time to deal with this. And Roaches, in comparable numbers to this number of Marines, do pretty darn well, especially without any upgrades on those guys. I mean, +3/+3 Marines do really well against Roaches, but at this 0 upgrade level, Roaches do fairly well, especially if the numbers are under 10 or so. Factory is now completed for the Terran player, and Dayshi continues to push out with these Marines. He's going to probably kill an Overlord here. Might try to break down this debris and come into the main base and deal with it that way. 4 roaches in production for Dayshi. Has another Queen on the way as well. That roundabout route made sure that Zanster did not know this was coming. He might be in a bit of trouble here. So here are his roaches. The Marines immediately burn down an Overlord. Do a scan, get rid of all of this creep. Transferring drones, running for their lives on that creep. Another one dying, and dying. 3 drones dying in quick succession. Dayshi deciding he wants to go for this base instead. And indeed, he's absolutely going to take it down here. I think the Queens and the Roaches are going to come and try to save it. Can they, though? They turn their attentions to the Queens. Amazing stutter step on display here from Dayshi. And actually retreating. Zanster allowing this base to fall. Is he waiting for reinforcements? I don't know what's going on here. The drones running for their lives again. The Marines cannot quite catch them. They don't have stim. Coming right on in, trying to kill those Queens. That's their target. Queens and drones. Queens and drones. Exactly what Dayshi is going for. And he did not manage to actually kill this hatch, but he did kill a couple Queens. 1 Queen, rather. 4 drones. 2 Overlords in exchange for 11 Marines. Now, I'm not sure, again, if that was entirely worth it for Dayshi. Did kind of put the fear in God into Zanster, though. That Zanster now worried about what else is coming from the Terran player. It was a really weird mass Marine timing with no stim. Stim about to finish. They did have combat shield, but no Marauders, no stim. And again, I'm just not sure it was that effective of a play there. But again, what it did is just force out some units for Zanster, so he wasn't able to mine up or drone up 100% of where he wanted to be. Medevac with more Marines coming out. Dayshi loves him some Marines. Boosting on over, not quite boosting yet, just kind of at cruising altitude. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be arriving at your destination in 3.4 seconds. Please debark as usual. A huge swath of roaches, though, to absolutely murder those guys. More lings and roaches coming on through, trying to drop back here. But again, Dayshi, Zanster knows you're coming, dude. He knows you're here, so time to back on out. These guys taking down the Zelnanga watchtower. Again, Marines. Is he making tanks at least? No, the factory was solely for medevacs. Is he going for straight up Marine play here? I haven't seen a mass Marine medevac play from a Terran in months. It seems like. Alright, so Roaches come over here in defensive position again, trying to deal with these Marines that are landing in this base. A few scattered Zerglings here. Meanwhile, another boost on in, and the Queen could get that medevac if she focuses it down. A couple more shots, and yes, does get the medevac. Nicely done. More Marines getting surrounded by Lings. More and more Lings coming in faster and faster. Picks up, runs away with the boost ability. Dayshi gets out of there. +1 infantry armor and weapons about to finish. For Dayshi, Zanster's melee attacks level 1 is done at the same time. +2 melee on the way. He's also researching centrifugal hooks and getting some Banelings in his army. Finally making some tanks. Is Dayshi. Dayshi is also getting +2 on his attack and more Marines. So here comes that tank and all these Marines. A tank Marine push. Pretty much seems to be what Dayshi is going for here. Moving right on in onto the creep. Not worrying about the creep at all. The Banelings don't have speed yet, but the Roaches are able to force these guys back, hopefully allowing enough time for centrifugal hooks to finish on up. The Marines get right on in there, though. They're going to try to kill all of these workers, possibly go after the hatch, but no, picking up, boosting on out. And running again, boosting on, maybe going to try to kill this Baneling nest. Trying to kill the Queen, at least that's what they're attacking. And then picking up and running away again. A couple of Lings did manage to get in here, but they got cleaned up fairly quickly as well. Didn't do too much damage. I'm not even sure they killed a single unit. Meanwhile, back down once again, Marines catching some Baneling hits there, and all the Marines are gone. The medevacs are forced to retreat home empty-handed. Meanwhile, another drop down here of Marines killing 11 drones in the last few seconds. There is a Dayshi. Zanster, though, making sure that all of those Marines are paying for it. Not many Marines are left in this army. It's 134 to 120 total supply. Zanster is in the lead. Free tank as well. Kaboom. Oh, did tank splash some Banelings, though. Nicely done, tank. In the last moments of his life, did manage to do something good there. So pure Marine tank with upgrades on the Marines. No Marauders to speak of. I don't know. I think he might need the Marauders for the number of Roaches that Zanster is pumping out here, especially if they do have +1 Carapace, which they do. Almost soon to be +2. Zergling trying to hold the Zelnanga watchtower is deposed by Dayshi's Marines there. Third base up and established for Dayshi. Fourth base up and almost established for Zanster. Boosting on in again, sending these guys this way. Sending these guys this way. Lings run on in. They're going to get a full surround on that tank. Take it down. Get rid of that command center as well. I don't think it's going to finish. It is canceled. Indeed, and the Lings retreat. A job well done. Boosting in here again is Dayshi, trying to land some Marines, but Lings and the Roaches have been left behind for just such an occasion. They do manage to take it down. Lings catch a small group of Marines out in the middle of nowhere there as well. And these guys just not doing much damage at all. They're trying to make it work. They're trying to get themselves in a position where they can kill stuff, or at least distract the attention from Dayshi here, or from Zanster here. And all the Marines get cleaned up on that area. Medevac's boosting around once more. Small Ling attack, trying to get up here, try to kill some stuff. Might be able to get through that bunker if they try. These guys are somehow still alive. I really don't know how. Getting picked up and retreated there. And Dayshi again regrouping. Nothing but Marines and tanks in production. +3 attack on the way here at the 10-minute mark for Dayshi. Really loving his upgrades, which is so nice for Terran players. And these Baneling bust. Baneling busting on the way through that bunker. Gonna try to get in here and kill these SCVs. Oh no, big hit. Another big hit. And one more. 15 SCVs falling for Dayshi. It is 61 to 44 total harvesters. Another drop down here though. Roach is trying to clean this one up. One Marine gets left behind. Another boosted medevac running around as well. And Dayshi just keeping the pressure on, man. He's trying to make this work. He's killing drones everywhere that he can with small numbers of Marines. And really no sign. There is a Spire here. Are there any mutas on the field though? No. Zanster choosing not to make any mutas. And big attack here coming up to his 4th base. Meanwhile, another drop down here. Marines taking down drones slowly, piece by piece. There is actually a couple Marauders in this army. Okay, one single Marauder, and the hatchery does end up falling. The army with Ravagers. Throwing down Corrosive Bile, hitting a couple units there. A lot of Banelings here as well, but Dayshi splitting up his units preemptively. Did manage to kill all of the drones in that area. A big Ling run by though here in the main base. Lings are cleaning up everything. Cleaning up Marines and tanks. Killing stuff. Defender mode is being used by Liberators. It's forcing the entire army back here for Dayshi. The Marines are getting surrounded by these Lings. They are +2/+2 Lings. Pretty darn strong, if I do say so myself. Pinning a bunch of SCVs here. Again, it's only 44 SCVs remaining. However, 42 left for Zanster. Zanster's not very strong either. Going after this reactor, going after supply depots, trying to take down production facilities. A big attack over here with Ravagers and Roaches and Banelings. A lot of green splashing everywhere. The Ravagers are getting surrounded, but I'm not sure if there are enough Marines to actually clean this one up. Corrosive Bile being thrown up and landed, killing a couple Marines there. These Lings are still alive. Inside the main base of Dayshi, Marines that are popping out are being killed almost immediately. A tank and a few couple Marines and a Marauder do manage to force all these Ravagers back, but they gotta clean up everything that's wrong in their own house. Barracks are falling, supply depots are falling. Only 8 SCVs remain here for Dayshi, but finally, is the Zerg infestation going to be cleaned up? It looks like it might be. One more Zergling dies, and that's it. Silence falls over Dayshi's base. However, another attack from Zanster. He refuses to be done with it, killing supply depots, not supply blocking the Terran player, not even close, but forcing a liftoff on that command center. Lings, Banelings, Corrosive Biles taking down Liberators. One ends up falling there. Another one's still alive, up to 10 kills. But coming around the backside, avoiding that circle entirely, are these two Ravagers. Another Bile taking down that Liberator. It's 89 to 50 total supply. Zanster is in the lead. Banelings rolling on in, going to crash onto these Marines if they can. More Baneling hits, greatly weakening a lot of these SCVs and these mules. Lings running in as well, taking out everything that was mining here, salvaging that bunker. 7 total SCVs remain. However, this gold base is a planetary fortress. Can Dayshi hold on? Can he make this work? Zanster really wants to go for the jugular here, continuing to make Roaches and Banelings. Lings running around all over the place. APM for these players, 400 right now for Zanster, 250 for Dayshi. Playing so fast. Small group of Marines and Marauders get in here, killing yet more drones. Trying to even up that count as best he possibly can. A bunch of Ravagers morphing on in here. These Marines do have +3 attack, which means they can take down this hatchery very quickly, and the next hatchery as well. But another Ling counterattack here into the main base, getting a full surround on that tank. Trying to kill all of these Marines. Splash damage, taking out Marines more than anything else. And once again, just running free inside the main base. This is a nightmare every Terran player has had. losing add-ons, forcing to lift off his production facilities and run them elsewhere. Gonna lose that, yes, gonna lose the factory, lifting off everything here. The reactor dying. Lings have been given free reign to this main base, and there's not much that Dayshi can do about it. Another attack from the left side coming up from Zanster, getting in here again, killing more SCVs. Pretty much all that was mining for Zanster at this base is completely gone. Has the gold base, but it's been spotted. Corrosive Bile is being thrown down. Trying to kill workers, trying to kill mules, desperately dodging everything here. But again, Marines, Marauders, forcing everybody back. But there's enough here, I think, to take this down. That is a lot of Ravagers. They do have +2 Carapace, making them that much more tanky, forcing a liftoff and a retreat there from Dayshi. Another barracks is going to fall. It's going to burn to death eventually at some point. Lings trying to kill these Marines. Amazing micro on display here. Though Lings finally actually taking down a starport and a factory that re-landed inside the main base for reasons unknown. Corrosive Bile's going down, being dodged ably again. Dayshi refusing to die, and that's it. Dayshi calls the GG. Zanster's victorious. Dayshi has left the game. Nicely played there by both these players. Dayshi, continual harassment everywhere on this map. He dropped every single base multiple times. He was able to do attacks. He killed this base very handily. He defended very well at the same time. But man, those Ling counterattacks, those Ling run-bys, this base is so hard to hold, which is why most players veto this map. Honestly, most Terran and Protoss players hate having huge ramps essentially into their main base here like this. It is not a good feeling for them. And in the end, Zanster was able to abuse that and win this game. So, units lost tab here. We'll take a look. 320 Lings died, 13 Roaches, 28 Banelings, 12 Ravagers. For the Terran players, 76 Workers, 207 Marines lost their lives today. Just 100 fewer than the Lings that died, which is insane. 9 tanks, 4 Liberators, and a single Marauder ended up giving his life to the cause today. Alright, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thanks for watching, and you take care of yourself.